Thank you. Hello, HEDNA. How are we all doing? All right. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about doing less, not doing more. So imagine your task list today. Imagine crossing off 1 out of every 3 items on there and never having to deal with it again. I could see some of you smiling at just the thought of that, and I'm right there with you. It is something that's not just possible today, but is actually happening at scale in our industry with Ivy, the world's first smart concierge created by GoMoment. Here's a quick video so we can see for ourselves how it works.
What is a chatbot and what does it mean to us?
A chatbot is Ivy. If you go to Las Vegas and you go to Caesar's Palace, you can sign up on your phone and you can message Ivy. And Ivy is your personal digital assistant. If you need anything while you're at the hotel, you say, hey Ivy, I need a cocktail, I'm by the pool. She'll send you one.
Come on.
Hey, right? I started with the things that really matter. She'll also send you some towels, and she can tell you checkout time. But it's a great way, and it's an AI-powered assistant, way easier than picking up the phone. People use it about 10 times more.
We live in an era where a text, or a virtual agent for that matter, is really second nature. But to add intelligence to these interactions, now that's a game changer. This experience was built by GoMoment.
They're rolling it out to other hotels. Vegas is a great place. They're very good at trialing some of the new technology.
That's amazing.
Right?
Thank you. I love these. Thank you. I like the future of travel, don't you? Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
There you have it. It's the future of the guest experience at hotels around the country. And we're on a mission at GoMoment to create 1 billion unforgettable experiences. And that's something that we think is really important. And we've actually made Ivy available already to 40 million guests in 2019. And the best part is, no apps are actually required for this. Ivy will personally welcome every guest with a individualized welcome message once they've opted in and begin that journey of enabling the guest to control their entire experience. Now, it may look simple, but behind this message are billions of dollars of technology R&D from some of the biggest companies on the planet, blended seamlessly with the human expertise at the front desk. And we're proud to work with Google, IBM, and some of the other large players in the industry to make adopting advanced technologies profitable for hotels today. Now, our world is changing. The next 10 years will see more dynamic changes than we've seen in the past 50, if you can imagine that. And some of the biggest forces changing our world are voice, Internet of Things, and AI. I think that's all pretty well known at this point, but what we're really excited about is the confluence of all 3 of these disciplines and of what they're going to enable for the scope of the guest engagement journey. So voice, we think, it's pretty much everywhere now, but within the next 3 years, there will be almost 3 voice assistant-enabled devices for every man, woman, and child in America. We will be surrounded and have access to these technologies everywhere. IoT seems like almost a pipe dream, but it's actually in 90% of US consumer households today. And this doesn't even include the smartphones that some of you may be texting on right now. This actually is the smart doorbells, connected thermostats, all of those kinds of devices. And think about it. If the guests are already using these kinds of devices at home, aren't they more likely to book a hotel room that also offers them that level of control of their environment? So how do we deal as an industry with all of the data and the flood of new signals and messages that are going to come through these new devices? That's where artificial intelligence can help. So our current model of just describing what's happening with data is not going to scale to this new torrent of data that's going to come through. But with AI, systems can actually start to prescribe some potential next steps of what could be done next to further the business. But the best systems, and Ivy does this today, can actually execute and take things off your plate, enabling you to achieve more while doing less. And what does this look like in practice today? So the guest gets to communicate however they want, whenever they want with the hotel, including pre-booking with a web chat widget where they can have a conversation right on the booking website of the hotel and actually ask questions and go through with their process Of course, they can message at the hotel, they can talk to the smart speaker, and all of the messaging and intents carried from this can actually first be routed through Ivy, which will do the heavy lifting, and she will also resolve a number of these messages in real time, taking burden off the staff, and then, of course, producing some fantastic analytics so that management exactly have a perfect picture of where their business is going. And we're proud to share that the resolutions on Ivy are already at 37% and increasing quickly. So Ivy is getting smarter by the day based on these engagements and already resolving 37% of issues that are coming in from guests. And unlike most humans, Ivy's response time is 1 second. And that is how we as an industry can meet and exceed the expectations that are currently being set by Uber, by Airbnb, and other travel disruptors. This is really the answer to a lot of those kinds of new guest expectations. And let's say, let's look at a couple of potential messages that you might exchange with Ivy. So Ivy will send you a welcome message just like this when you check into the hotel that's completely individualized to the guest. If the guest has a quick little question, of course the answer comes back in 1 second, creating and exceeding the kind of expectations that have never been experienced before at the hotel. Now let's say if somebody had a little bit of a long night in Hollywood, and the first thing we hear from them in the morning is, need water. Ivy can actually get that over to the room service folks, skipping the front desk and getting that person hydrated in record time. Of course, if the next thing that we hear is that the person has a headache, we can, of course, Ivy can send up aspirin, and we've had many instances of experiences like this unfolding in real time, sending up the aspirin, enabling the guest to be more comfortable and hydrated, and now, of course, they want to extend their checkout. What a great opportunity to upserve that guest and actually generate additional incremental revenue for the hotel. Now, these experiences are happening tens of millions of times all around us today, and we're scaling very quickly, and this is exactly how we're creating 1 billion unforgettable experiences. We're definitely looking for more partners to join us on this journey, and would love to speak with every one of you. And one thing that I just wanted to close with is that we've actually had guests come down with a $20 bill to the front desk asking for Ivy, saying, hey, where is she? She was really on top of it. She got me to my meeting on time. And if you're interested in creating more experiences like that, please come find us. We'd love to continue the conversation. Thanks so much.